What up, Real Life Nation? Just microwave the mic and hold the bar real quick before we begin. Who's ready to start it up? Hey, everybody. I'm at MEC this week because last week my internet was so bad, but you guys were all such champions, such troopers. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop eating while I'm on camera, right? I came back to the church, and what I'm going to do before we begin, around 7 o'clock, well, we'll probably start a little late today. I'm going to ride the skateboard, see what's going on at the church. Let's do it! If you've never skateboarded at MEC before, you haven't lived. All right, here we go. Scooting down the hall. I set up a few things just to have a little bit of fun. Like right here, behind me, our connection center at MEC is so lonely. I want to stop here for a second. And I set up some cups. Sorry for the noise. I'm gonna see how many of those cups do you think I could hit? Right there. I got my Nerf gun. 6 bullets, 6 cups. Let's see. Hey Coop, how's it going? Look at all those people coming in. Cooper, Nathan, Kyle, Maisie. How's it going? Alex. Good to see you guys. Let's check this out. How many do you think I can get? Chat it up. See how many of the 6 you think I can get. Let's go. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, 3. Oh, 4. Oh! I didn't practice this, just so you know. That's it. All right, that one was fun. So, some people said 1, 4. Sandra, looks like you got it right. All right, let's see. Let's keep going this way. We've got the Student Ministry Connection Center. Aw, it's so lonely without you guys. In case you were wondering, this is our old logo, the R with the wings. One of our leaders, Ryan Dry, did this nice one, orange one in the background. Let's see if I can knock that over before we get started with my handy Nerf gun. Let's check it out. Might have to hit one of the wings. Couldn't knock it over. Ryan Dry, that might mean that we have to go back to the old logo. All right, as you can see, just still not a soul in sight. This is so fun. I mean, it's sad because I miss all you guys, but it's so fun just thinking, skateboarding just around this whole place. All right, here's what we got next. How many of you guys come to our fall retreat? It is a blast. You should come. We've got our gnome hype award right here. I'm going to shoot this gnome and see how many times do you think I can hit it? 10? There's only 6 bullets, so let's see. Here we go. So many of these bullets don't even work. Oh, right by his head. I'm not so good at Nerf. I should have tested out these guns beforehand. All right, let's keep going. Oh, the grounds. Who misses the grounds? Let's see it in the chat. Who misses the grounds right now? Who needs a cup of coffee? Who needs a macchiato? I need a couple. It's been a long week. But also, I miss you guys so much. And if you were here, I would buy you a coffee. But let's see. There's a cow over there. Let's see. You think I can hit it? Out of 6 times. Let's get this party started. Oh, right under it. I will get better, I promise. All right. Next up, we've got our Scamp Hype Award. Now this is a sad one because I'm still, for those of you who are wondering, I'm still waiting to hear back to see if our organization is gonna let us go to Scamp. We'll see how things look. I'm praying that we can do it. But for now, I will be in touch with all you guys and all your parents. But for now, let's see if I could smack this Hype Award with the trusty Nerf gun. Ready? How many do you think? Put in the chats. How many do you think I could? How many do you think I could do? Out of 6. Such a bad gun. Once is all, because these guns aren't even working. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be done shooting. We're past 7 o'clock. Let's see if we can make it down this hall without falling down. Yeah! Woo! Whoa, I almost hit the wall. Woo! Who's ready for real life tonight? I'm on my way to the real life room. This is how we normally walk here, right? Let's get started. Woo! Oh! Could have been bad. right. Here we go. Let's get this party started. I'm going to try to catch my breath for a second. Let's adjust this a little bit. I'm going to catch my breath for a second while you guys check out this video.
All right, I think we're live. All right. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Youth Group Online. This is a big deal. We've never done this before, so stay tuned. Don't click away.
Yeah, no. I couldn't get a ride. I was sanitizing the toilet. I left my computer at home. Wait. No. I left it somewhere else. Yeah, I was doing homework. My dog died. I did. Yeah, my mom still doesn't like the youth pastor. Oh wait, you are the youth pastor. My bad. I ate too many Flintstone Bites. You didn't say it was online. I couldn't figure out the Zoom. I got out of school late. Yeah, sorry, dude. Wi-Fi is slow. My dad was trying to stream the NBA game. Wait, there's no sports? I didn't say NBA. I said, he was watching Space Jam. Yeah, I'm fasting from social media on Wednesdays. I don't like how I look on camera. Yeah, I was dropping some volume. Yeah, my phone is broke. Yeah, I don't know anybody there. Yeah, my mom was on there. I didn't want to be on there too. Oh, Becky's gonna be on? Yeah, I'll totally be on. Oh, Jennifer's gonna be on there too? Oh, that's a no-go, dude. Yeah, my mom was like freaking out. She thought I was sick, so instead of giving me Dayquil, she gave me NyQuil and just fell asleep. I was too busy reading the Bible. I can't focus on my phone for that long. Oh, I thought you meant 6 a.m. Yeah, I was walking my cat. I don't have a cat. Yeah, dude, I got a major case of the farts. I was just too busy, man. Yeah, my phone's on 20%, so... Yeah, I didn't want to put a shirt on. I was Zooming with another youth group. Yeah, the better one. The one with Becky. No, yeah, I didn't get any emails. No. Yeah, I promise. I didn't get any emails.
All right. I've realized that I need to turn this around. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Who's having a good week? I know I'm having a wonderful week. Let me turn this thing around so that it's not going to be mirrored. All righty. Let's see it. Let me get over here. That should be good. All right, everybody. Well, welcome back to Real Life Live. As you can see, I'm back at the church. We had some issues last week. And let me be just right up front and say I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that our trivia night got canceled, but we got something else for you here right when we get started. And I'm just so glad that we can meet, even if we're not going to meet in person. I'm so glad that we get to meet because also tonight, one of the cool things that we got going on is we've got our Zoom squads. So if you are not on our text message thread, if you are not following us on Instagram, Chloe Gantz is going to be posting the pre-registration link, and we're doing that for safety reasons. We want you guys to be part of our squads through Zoom, and we're going to dismiss to those right after the message. But what I want to make sure that you do is pre-register for that. And so those are going to be in the comments. Look in the comments there. Put your information in there, and I'm going to approve of those right when we're done. And when we're done, just have a little bit of patience. My first time doing it, I'm going to be trying to put us all in breakout rooms. Should be a lot of fun to see how that works. And so probably give it about 5 to 10 minutes before you give up on us in there, because I'm going to set those things up and make sure that we're all going strong in those Zoom squads. All right. Also, if you have not followed us on Instagram or on YouTube as well, we've uploaded 2 of our real life shelter in place worship sets. Just a couple of songs just for you guys to be able to worship at home. I'm very proud of the people that have put this on, Alex and Danielle, David and Autumn, who edited it. And so we are so excited to put those on there for you. So check them out, worship with us. We would love for you to be able to enjoy that. Also, something that we've been doing that's been so much fun is we've had so many of you students participating in our social media devotionals, or social devotionals. We just finished one yesterday and we started this one today. And there's still time to do it. If you download the YouVersion Bible app, you can find me, Robbie Smirnoff, and friend me. I'll invite you to join. It's just a short little Bible study every day, and the one that we're doing now is focusing on Jesus and Easter, and we just want you to be a part of it. So go ahead and check that out. One thing that I'm very excited about is we are going to try something next week that is going to be different than our normal Real Life Live, but because you guys are on spring break, I think, possibly still on spring break, because you're going to be on spring break, I wanted to try something fun. I'm going to do what I'm calling a real life Zoom camp out. So on April 15th, Wednesday of next week, what we're going to do is we're going to do our real life live on Zoom, completely 100% on Zoom. And so I've got a paid, we can get up to 100 people on this. And if that's full, I'll probably just stream it on Instagram or on YouTube as well, just for those that don't have Zoom or can't make it into the 100 people that we're going to put in there. But what's going to happen is next week, what's required is it could be inside, it could be outside, it could be in your room, it could be in the kitchen, in the living room, it could be in your garage, whatever it is. What I want to do is I want to challenge you to do a camp out next week. It could be a tent, it could be a fort, but you have to build something that you are going to sleep in. Now, whether you sleep in there or not is up to you, but I want you to build that. I'm going to be building a tent myself. I'm going to be trying to do it outside. And so it's a real life Zoom camp out. We're going to have a live worship song. We're going to have some teaching. We're going to play some games. I'm going to be looking into what it would take to do a watch party and maybe vote on some of our favorite movies that we might want to watch one of. And yeah, so we'd want to join you for that camp out. And so stay tuned on our Instagram for more details about our real life Zoom camp out. All right, cool. Also, if it is your first time with us today, you can comment in here and we'll check it out. We just want to make sure that we connect with you. We want to send you a gift. We got some cool prizes that we want to send you just for being here today. You could either comment here or message the Real Life YouTube page. You could also find us on Instagram and DM us there, or you could email reallife@mecklenburg.org because we want to see if you're new. Also, if you haven't been a part of our MEC weekend services, it's been phenomenal. The worship team's doing awesome. Pastor Jim's teaching solid. We've got amazing time in the chat room. And if you're in the chat room on the weekend at MEC, can you just tell everybody how awesome Real Life is? That would be great because we'd love for everybody to see how great Real Life really is. All right? So, before we get started into some Kahoot, which I know you knew we were going to play, we're going to kind of remedy last week's trivia night fiasco with some Kahoot in just a minute. But what I wanted to do is I've got a game, not really a game, it's just kind of like a get-to-know-you kind of video kind of series. It's called Better Know a Real Life Leader. How many of you guys think you know real life leaders? I know Kyle Gray last week answered all of the questions about our real life leaders correctly, which was amazing. I don't even know all those answers. But this week I got some videos. They're going to say a little bit about themselves, and then they're going to say 2 truths and a lie, and you're going to have to guess which one the lie is. You about have 10, 15 seconds to do that. We're not going to do prizes, but go ahead and answer on the chats on this one just so we can see what your answers are. All right, let's start off with our first leader.
What's going on, Real Life Nation? It is one of your leaders, Zach, and here to tell you all about myself. Now, what I do for a living is I work in children's ministry. More specifically, I work in children's ministry here at MEC as a director of kindergarten and first grade, and I love every single second of it. Now, we're going to play a game right now called 2 Truths and a Lie, and I'm going to tell you 2 truths and 1 lie, and you have to determine which one's a lie. Got it? Okay, cool. Here we go. Number 1, I play basketball with Stephen Curry. Number 2, I can beat anyone at a burping contest. And number 3, I still laugh when the ketchup bottle makes the fart sound. The lie, I can beat anyone in a burping contest because I am incapable of burping. It's true. All right, see y'all.
All right, how'd you do? How'd you guys do on that one? Could you guys hear it all right? If you couldn't answer, I'll probably know in about 5 to 10 seconds because we got a little bit of a lag. But if you got that one right, the lie was that he could not burp, the burping contest one, then you are the winner. Woo! So now you know one of our leaders, Zach, a little better. Now let's go to another one of our leaders. Check it out.
Hey Real Life, my name is Hayden. I help lead the 10th grade guys, and currently I am a full-time college student. Two truths and a lie about me are that I've played football on the Dallas Cowboys football field. I've broken both of my arms, and I have driven a U-Haul across the country. The lie of those is that I have broken both of my arms. I have only broken one of them.
All right. How many of you guessed it was the arm thing that he broke both of his arms? That was the lie? If you did, you got it right. Good job. Now you know Hayden a little bit better. Hopefully, it looks like some of you guys got that. Some of you. All right. All right, let's check it out. Let's see who our next leader is.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Hammond. I'm a real life leader for the senior girls. I'm also a physical therapist. And here are my two truths and a lie. I had ice cream at the same store that Shawn Mendes did. I was pregnant in the 7th grade, and I was in the North Carolina House of Representatives.
What is it? Ice cream with Senorita? Prego in the 7th grade or NC House of Reps? Which one's the lie? Let's see what it is.
And the lie is that I was not having ice cream at the same place as Shawn Mendes, but with Alyssa Milano. And just so you know, I was pregnant in the 7th grade, but I was in a play, and my character was pregnant. See ya.
What a turn of events. How many of you are like, what? She was pregnant in the 7th grade? Actually, I did that when she sent me that video. But ice cream with Alyssa Milano? What was it, Elizabeth? Oh, she's not here anymore. But good job. Hopefully you guys got that. Looks like some of you did. At least you know Elizabeth, one of our leaders, a little bit better. Let's see another one of our leaders.
Hey guys, it's Donata. So during real life, I work with the 12th grade girls, and during church service, I'm with the babies, the infants and the crawlers, and Met Kids. For a living, I work for the City of Charlotte government. So I am the Office of Constituent Services Manager, which is a fancy term that means that I'm the liaison between the city manager, the mayor, and city council. So just a little facts about our government in Charlotte. We have a city manager led government, which means that the city manager runs the day-to-day operations of the city, and the mayor and council vote on policy that help to guide what he does. So, or she, if we ever get a lady city manager. So, two truths and a lie. I love dogs, I love birds, and I love frogs.
What is it? She loves the dogs, loves the birds, loves the frogs. Which one's the lie? Which one does she really actually hate? Check it out. Let's see what it is.
The lie is that I hate birds. I've been attacked by birds 3 times, and I wish that they did not exist because they have hurt me in many, many ways. And they always come for me. And it's time that I come for them.
Big threat from Donata for all the birds. How many of you guys don't like birds either? I know that my wife hates birds. She does not like them one bit. All right, you get to know Donata a little bit better. Here's our last leader for today. We're going to do this segment a little bit more over the course of our weeks together. But here is another leader. Check her out.
Hey guys, I'm Chloe Gantz. I am the sophomore girls leader. A little bit about me, I'm a student at UNC Charlotte, and on the side I babysit and teach some lessons. And two truths and a lie about me are I can quote just about every episode of Friends, raccoons are my favorite animal, and I played basketball in high school.
What is it? The one about friends? Raccoons? That she loves them? Or she was a baller in high school? Which one was it? Which one is the lie from Miss Chloe Gantz? Let's see it.
And the lie is raccoons are not my favorite animal. I strongly dislike them. Bye guys.
Who likes raccoons, right? Not a surprise. But who got it? Who guessed it correctly? I'm sure a lot of you guys did. It looks like a lot of you guys did. All right, here's what's coming up next. We are going to have some fun with Kahoot. Now, so I know some of you might be on on one device. I know that's going to be tough. You might have to move over from our YouTube stream and go over to Kahoot. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to kahoot.it. All right, let's see. And you're going to join up online with our Kahoot game right here as soon as it comes on. So go to kahoot.it and you will join up with our Kahoot game. Let's see if it starts up. There we go. Okay, so go to kahoot.it or with the Kahoot app, and that is our code that you enter in, and we'll see who is going to join us for some Kahoot trivia. So last week, again, our trivia didn't work, but these are going to be some of the same questions that we had last week, and it'll be a chance to see who on the real life squad is going to be the winner of our Kahoot showdown. All right, let's see it. Let's see if any players are going to be joining in. How many of you guys played Kahoot before? I know we played it at real life several times. So just grab that 9571093. Looks like we got some people coming in. We've got 8 players so far. We've got all these fun nicknames coming in. All right, keep it coming, keep it coming. We got our nicknames here, and I'm going to try to find a way to figure out who you are if you win, so I can get you a prize. Because we'll give out, either like a Krispy Kreme coupon or a Chick-fil-A coupon or something like that. While you're waiting, please, if you haven't yet, check out our page, our YouTube page, and hit subscribe, because we just hit over 100 subscribers, which is awesome, and it gives us a lot of new features that we can do there. But let's see, is there more people coming? Whoa, up to 40 players so far. Lots of players coming in. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Let's see who's still on. If you want to as well, yeah, put your Kahoot nickname into the chats right now. Let's see what everyone's Kahoot nickname is, so that we can have some fun calling Donna or Morgan, the Joyful Pelican. Taya is Classy Newt. Elizabeth is Snowy Panda. Sam is Knowing Giraffe. Guys, it's so fun to see all you here. I know I can't see all your faces smiling at me, but I know they are smiling, and I know you guys are having a great time. I just love being here with you. And so, yeah, keep those nicknames coming. Yeah, Zach, you can play. Feel free. Leaders can play. Students can play. Everyone can play. Actually, Zach, you can't play. I forgot. Zach put these questions in there for me. Zach, you're not allowed to play. That'd be cheating, all right? Unless you want to go slow and let other people win. You can still play to see where you end up. All right. Hey, Sandra, Lively Yak. Ryan is Classy Bobcat. Brooke is Caring Fox. William Welch is Smiling Tiger. Sarah Haggard, Mystery Turtle. Awesome. They're all still coming in. Let's see. All right. Once we have the last player in, it gives us about a 15-second wait time until we're able to play. So once the last, if you wanted to play, get in quickly so that that timer just moves and we can start playing. All right. Keep starting over. Let's see. Let's see if I can fix it. Let's cut it off there, and let's have no more players so we can get it rolling. So if you can hear me now, let's have no more coming in, and we'll get this party started. It's 7, 6, 5, 4. People keep coming in and resetting the timer. I forgot to check to see how that would work. Let's see. As you can tell, I'm new at Kahoot, or else I would have just get a regular timer and said, hey, if you're not in a time, then you're not going to make it. Let's see if it keeps resetting. 5, People keep waiting till, if you can see right here, people keep waiting till like 1 second left, and then they join in again and resetting the timer. I might have to go in there and change that. Let's see. We're covered up. There we go. All right, who's ready to play? All right, get those phones ready. When Michael Jordan played for the Bulls, how many NBA championships did he win? 3, 7, 6, 5. First to do it gets most points. Let's see it. Who knows their Bulls trivia? Who knows their Michael Jordan trivia? Get it in there. Get it in there. All right, let's see the answer. All right, if you guessed 6, then you were right. Good job. Fast Lemming. Is the Fast Lemming the only one that's had points on that one? Crazy. All right, let's see. What is the name used to refer to a group of frogs? A gang, an army, a horde, a pack. What is it? Answer in. Three, 2, 1. It is an army. Good job, everybody. Way to go. It looks like, let's see, we've got Fast Lemming. Who's Fast Lemming on here? Let me see. All right, here we go. Which email service is owned by Microsoft? Check it out. Oh no, you guys are delayed on here. How delayed are we? Sorry for the delay, everybody. We may have to cut this one too. And let me know in the chats if you're thinking we should just cut this one as well if it's too delayed for everybody. We'll just have to play it a different way somehow. Very delayed, too delayed, too delayed. All right, I think what we're gonna do is we're going to stop Kahoot. And our trivia night part 2 is too delayed to try it out. 30 seconds off. Kind Rhino? Are you just guessing well, or is this the way that do you get to see it? It looks like we got a combination of just a sweet guessing game to super delayed to cut it. All right, here's what we'll do. We're gonna cut this one for today. Good job, everybody. Kind Rhino, you won. Good job, Kind Rhino. Tell me who you are. We'll send you something, and I'll try to figure out a better way. Maybe trivia is just too hard to do on a live stream just because of the delay. I think that just might be a problem. All right. All right. Here's what I wanted to do tonight. All right. I wanted to do something for our teaching time tonight that's different than what we normally do. Because I'm so used to doing real life in person, I feel like what I've been doing the past few weeks is I've been trying to do real life that we do on a normal Wednesday night just online. And I feel like that's fine, but I also feel like maybe that's just the wrong way to do it. Because I don't want to sound creepy, but I've got you one-on-one. I'm basically in your house right now. Creepy, right? I might be like in your kitchen, I might be in your living room, I might be in your room, wherever I am on a screen just talking to you directly. And I know that I'm talking to a lot of people at once, but I'm talking to individually a lot of people. So I don't want to just teach like from a stage and just teach on these subjects that we're going through in a way that's just kind of teaching at a crowd. I want to come just kind of narrow it in a little bit and just talk to you. I want to talk to you about God's Word. I want to talk to you about the Bible. I want to talk to you about the series that we've been going through called Good News. That's all about the life and teachings of Jesus, all about who he is, about what he did, what he said, how he interacted with people, how people interacted with him. And to do that today, I'm going to do less of a regular message where I've got a bunch of points, where I've got a bunch of slides that come up, where I have some videos. I want to just sit down like I would be talking with you over just a cup of coffee, right? I know you miss your coffee, right? This is not coffee, it's water. But I just want to talk to you guys just for a little bit. And so what I did was I read through the passage a bunch. I did think about this. This isn't just off on a whim where I'm just going to be talking to you like this. What I wanted to do is I just wanted to read the passage tonight and just tell you some things that really stood out to me, ask you some questions, and really challenge you to see God's word in a way that's going to be just beneficial for your life, what God wants to do in and through your life. All right, so let's read this passage together. It's going to come up on the screen, and here it is. It says, after they arrived, this is from Mark chapter 9, and like I said, we've been going through the book of Mark chapter by chapter, and we've just been hitting certain stories in each of the chapters, and we're in Mark chapter 9 today. Check this out. After they arrived, meaning after the disciples and Jesus arrived in Capernaum and settled in a house, Jesus asked his disciples, "What were you discussing out on the road?" But they didn't answer because they had been arguing about which of them was the greatest. He sat down, called the 12 disciples over to him, and said, "Whoever wants to be first must be last place, must take last place and be the servant of everyone else." Then he put a little child among them. Taking the child in his arms, he said to them, "Anyone who welcomes a little child like this one on my behalf welcomes me. And anyone who welcomes me welcomes not only me, but also my Father who sent me." All right, so let me set the scene here. So we've got Jesus with his disciples, and they are on their way somewhere, and they arrive to a place called Capernaum. And Jesus knows what they're thinking, knows what they're talking about, but he asks them, "What were you talking about?" They're embarrassed because they were talking about which of us, of the 12 disciples, the 12 of the closest followers of Jesus Christ, which of them were going to be the greatest. They thought Jesus was going to be coming in as king. They were going to be trying to overthrow the government, that he was going to set up a new rule. And they wanted to know which of the 12 that were following him the closest was going to be greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So let me ask you to think of a question I want to pose to you. What does it mean? What is your definition of greatness? What is your definition of greatness? So they're arguing about greatness. So there's a definition of greatness that we can derive from so many different sources, right? So let me think about this. Let me talk to you about this. What is greatness in the eyes of our culture and our society? Is it how many friends that you have following you on whatever social media platform you're on? Is it how much money you have? Is it the size house that you have? Is it the amount of friends you have? Is it what is it that our culture and society defines as greatness? Next, how do your parents define greatness? Do they define greatness by your grades? Or maybe by your athletic abilities? Or maybe by grades? Or maybe by who you hang out with? Or maybe by grades? How do your parents define greatness? Like, what if you were to say, like, my parents would think I'm great if, fill in the blank. How do your parents define greatness? How do your friends define greatness? Is it how athletic you are, or how many friends you have, or how popular they can get by hanging out with you? Is it how much money you have based off of, like how they perceive what they can get out of you? How do your friends define greatness? Also, what is your own definition of greatness? Based on so many different ways that people define greatness, maybe you've taken on some of those definitions of greatness in your life, and you've defined greatness in a specific way. It's a combination maybe of all those different things. But what I want to challenge you to do is think about, what is Jesus's definition of greatness? It's to be a servant of everyone. To be a servant of everyone. Now, I know that if you're like me, I think that that's not my definition that's not my natural definition of greatness. If I want to say somebody's great, that doesn't mean that they're going out and serving everyone. That means that they're working hard. That means that they're making money. That means they're climbing the ladder. It means they're making a lot of friends. Like a lot of our world thinks that. But Jesus' definition is so different, right? It's to be the servant of all. Now, this doesn't mean, for some of you who are thinking, oh, does that mean I have to be a doormat? Does that mean I'm a pushover? Does that mean I get walked over? Does that mean I just do what everybody says I should do? No. If you've been with us in the life of Jesus up to this point, you know that Jesus is nothing like a pushover. He is in no way a pushover, a doormat, or anything. He casts out demons. Demons tremble in fear at the sight of him. He heals the blind and the sick and the deaf. He actually, I don't know, we haven't covered it in the book of Mark yet, but he drives people out of the church who are using the church building with a lack of respect. Jesus is anything but a pushover. But what Jesus is doing in the eyes of his disciples, in the minds of his disciples, in the eyes and minds of us, is he's redefining greatness. He's redefining what we should think of when we think of this word greatness. He's redefining it. Greatness is defined on how closely we follow Jesus, because Jesus came to serve. Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. And we become great. We achieve greatness when we serve others, when we serve everyone, right? So if this is true of what Jesus defines, of how Jesus defines greatness, what does that mean about our understanding of Jesus? What does that mean about your and my understanding of Jesus? Now, when I think of Jesus, there's a lot of things that come to mind. And I want to just maybe ask you to challenge you, what comes to your mind when you think of Jesus? What are some characteristics that come to mind? Is it power? Is it that he gives you what you want? Is it that he is here to serve you and help you and be whatever you need? That's not how Jesus represents who he is and what he's all about. He says he's here to serve. He's here to serve all, not just turn that mirror on myself and say, how is Jesus going to serve me? But how does he serve others, meaning how do I personally serve others as well? And here's the thing about that's something that stood out to me from this passage when I was reading it over and over. Something that stood out to me was, if you claim to follow Jesus, followers follow a leader. I know that's common sense, right? If you claim to follow Jesus, here's what I want to tell you. Followers follow a leader. Now, let me ask you, some of you drive. How many of you drive out there? A few of you might drive. A few of you I know you've been at least in a car, right? So if you're in a car, and you're meeting up with a friend, or you meet a friend and they say, hey, we're not going to stay here, we're going to go somewhere else, follow me. And you put in the GPS the address that they're going to. And they start going, and you're following a little bit, but your GPS tells you to keep going on I-77 when they're getting off. At that point that you stay on and they get off the interstate, you are no longer a follower. You're no longer following the person that said, hey, follow me. And the same thing goes with Jesus. You're a follower if you end up where Jesus ends up. You're a follower if you end up serving everyone, giving your life for everyone, the way that Jesus gave his life for everyone. He was a servant of all, and he challenges us to be a servant of all, right? All right, so and he uses children as an example. He went into, hey, like we could read that part again, right? He brings a child, then he put a little child among them, taking the child in his arms. He said to them, anyone who welcomes a little child like this on my behalf welcomes me, and anyone who welcomes me welcomes not only me, but also the Father who sent me, right? So he uses children as an example, and why does he do this? Why does he do this? So when I read up on what children were like in this time, in period that Jesus was alive, children were less valuable than possessions. Get that? Children were less valuable than possessions, right? So girls had very little. I'm not saying this because I believe it. This is just the time and place and culture. Girls had very little value. Boys weren't actually able, in that culture, a lot of boys didn't even meet their father until they were about 11 or 12 years old, after they were trained and raised and educated by someone else, and they would finally meet their father. Children had such little value. And what Jesus is getting at in this is relating this servant mindset to children. Is you and me, we're to serve the least, the very least in our society. The people who can't give you anything. The people who don't benefit you anything. The people that can't contribute really to any monetary value of you or anything like that. Jesus asked them, you know what, I want you to serve. And he asked us, I want you to serve, and I want you to serve everyone, not just the people you like, not just the people you love, not just the people who are easy to serve, but everyone, right? And so Jesus, I want to go back to something that stood out to me as well. Jesus says, what were you talking about when you were on the road? As if he didn't know, right? As if he's not God, as if he didn't know already what they were talking about, because he already did, right? He already knew what they were talking about, but he asked them, what were you talking about? And they just couldn't answer because they were talking about which of them was the greatest. And now let me challenge you on this, because this is what I challenged myself with on this week as it related to this passage. Does this bust you in relation to your prayer life? Think about that for a second. If Jesus were to come by your room or wherever you're praying, wherever you've prayed before, and say, hey, you, Robbie, hey, you, Cooper, hey, you, Will, hey, you, Ellie, whatever, whoever it is, what were you just praying about? How would you have to respond? Think about how you would respond. I tell you how I would respond. I would be quiet because I know that what I was praying about was most likely something related to me. Something related to me getting more money, me getting more time, me having my kids listen to me having a cleaner house, me having more, me getting greatness. And I'm busted on this passage because Jesus just confronts them on what they're thinking, on what they're talking about. And he confronts each of us as well. Not just on our actions, because I know that I personally can have some actions that are selfish and are not servant-hearted. But he's confronting us on our prayer life as well. The things that we say in secret, the things that we think in secret, the things that we just pray about. Because how many times do we pray about ourselves when we really should turn it around and pray for somebody who's in need? Pray for somebody that needs a friend. Pray for somebody that needs help financially. Pray for somebody that just needs some encouragement. That's the challenge that I want to give you in this passage as well. And here's the final thought before I'm going to give you a challenge for the week as it related to this passage. One final thought that I was thinking of in relation to this passage is this. I wrote it down just so I could remember what it is. You're never more like Jesus than when you're serving. You're never more like Jesus than when you are serving, and you are never more anti-Jesus than when you are expecting to be served. You're never more like Jesus than when you are serving. You are never more anti-Jesus than when you are expecting to be served. That's something that I want to challenge you with this week. Are you serving? Are you becoming more and more like Jesus the way that he gave his life as in service to all? Or are you focused on being served yourself? Now, I know that we're in this time and place where we can't really go many places. And I know maybe your parents don't let you go out. I know that you probably can't go to the regular places that you serve, because at Real Life and at MEC, we partner with Second Harvest Food Bank, with Crisis Assistance Ministry, with so many places where you can serve, but that might not be a safe place for you right now. But what I want to challenge you to do is serve in 3 different ways. Right now, this week, starting tonight, just wherever you're at. I want to challenge you to serve others in your prayer life. I want to challenge you to focus your prayers on other people. And if you don't have anybody to pray about, text somebody, call somebody, DM somebody, ask them, what can I pray for you about? And then pray for those things. I want to challenge you to pray for your friends, pray for your family, pray for people in an act of service to them, because there's power in prayer. Another thing I want you to do, this is going to be a tough one, all right? This is going to be a tough one. I want you to serve your family. Not just the siblings you get along with, not just the parent or guardian you get along with, but everyone in your family. Can you do the dishes without being asked? Can you vacuum without being asked? Could you cook dinner? Could you offer a game night, to lead a game night for your family? Could you let your brother or your sister pick the movie for a change? Can you serve your family, right? Can you serve them right where you're at? Because you don't have to leave the house to do that. Challenge you this week to be a servant of all. And start at home. Start by serving your family. Another thing that you could do, I've seen my neighbors do it, and it's such a cool thing to see it in the news and on social media. You could serve your neighbors. You could knock on their door and step 10 feet back and say, hey, can I mow your lawn? You could, there's so many different ways that you could serve them. You could, power wash their driveway if you have a power washer. You could sing them a song if you've got a good voice. If you don't have a good voice, don't sing to them. You could cook them some food. If they're elderly and they can't actually go out at all, you can talk to a parent or a guardian about driving to the store and maybe going with your parent or guardian to go get them something to eat or get them some of the groceries or supplies that they need. How can you serve your neighbors? How can you serve your neighbors? And also in the chats, in this YouTube chat, write down some ideas that you've done or ideas that you've seen of ways that we can challenge the rest of the Real Life Nation to serve others right now as well, all right? So challenge you to serve others in your prayer. Challenge you to serve others in your family. Challenge you to serve others in your neighborhood, your immediate neighbors. So do that this week. Let this verse and this passage that Jesus gives us challenge us to do that. Let me pray for us, and then I've got just remind us of some things, then tell you what's happening next, all right? Let's pray. God, I want to thank you for this time we got to spend together. I want to thank you that even though we're so far apart in all of our different houses, that we could still meet, that we could all still hear the truth of your word, that we can hear how we could apply this to our lives. And God, greatness is not defined by anyone else but you. And since you define it in this passage as being a servant of all, greatness means being a servant of all. I pray, God, that we can internalize that. We can think about that. We can pray about that. We can apply that to our lives. And you let this be something that we can change in our lives to be servant-hearted in the way we pray, servant-hearted in the way we speak, in the way we think, in the way we live our lives. And I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Thank you for joining us. Let me see if everybody's still going. We got some great ideas coming in the chat room. Hopefully it's not too delayed and everything. But hopefully you enjoyed that. That's just so different. I just thought, you know what? Let's just tell you what stood out to me in this passage tonight and see what sticks. Let me remind you of a few things. First, if you have not pre-registered for squads yet, I'm going to be signing off in just a minute. I'm going to be going into my Zoom account, and I'm going to be approving everybody who I know, somebody to make sure that you're a high school student. And so if you have not done that, you will not be able to join in until that happens. And also, please, please, please be patient, because I'm going to set up the breakout groups. I'm going to get you started. I'm going to get you going, and we're going to get this party going with our squads in just a few minutes. All right? All right, and in the Zoom room, I'm going to probably have to still ask you what grade you're in, and have you raise your hand. Ninth grade guys, raise your hands. I'll put you all in those rooms and do it to the best of my ability. So hopefully it'll work out. Also, if you're new, again, message us in the comments, DM us on Instagram, email us through YouTube, or also Real Life. Our Real Life Zoom campout is next week. Get your tent, get your fort together, and check out social media for more details on that. Join us for our social media devotion, and also join us for our MEC campus weekend services on our online campus this weekend. And we've got Sunday 8:15, 9:30, 11, 1:30, 5:30, 7, and 8:30. Tuesday at 12 and 7:30. All right, guys, it's been such a pleasure being with you. I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. I'm hoping that we get to be together in person sooner than I think. And so what I'm going to do now is you're just going to have some time to just relax. I'm going to just put this on here. I'm just going to stop. I'll keep the feed live, and I'll play some music for you guys just so we can be on the feed as well. And go ahead and hop over to Zoom, and we'll get this party started. What's up? How's it going? Oops. All right, let me keep figuring this out. What up, everybody? Let's see if I can do this. If anybody can hear me, one of the probably an easier way to do this will be if you can edit your profile name to If anybody can hear me, one of the probably I'm gonna end this stream.